Management is buying the shares of its own company, shows confidence in the future prospect. Shadaj, you were talking about this, we're coming to this topic now. So this is called shareholding is what? The ownership, the promoter holding, what you call what is promoter holding or shareholding of the promoter. How much stake is he holding in the company? Now, if the management is buying shares of their own company, it definitely shows the confidence in the future prospect. And the pledge percentage is 0. What is pledging? As an individual, you can always go to the bank. Let's say I have shares worth 20 lakh rupees and I want, let's say 5 lakh rupees for my personal use. And I don't want to sell my shares, right? Because I want them to keep on growing and I want to take 5 lakh rupees only for a very short period of time, 3 months, 5 months, 6 months, maybe 1 year. And then I can repay that money back and I'm done. But I don't want to sell my shares right now because I want to maintain that discipline of paying back that money to the bank. So what I'll do is I'll go to the bank and tell them that keep this 20 lakh rupees as pledge and give me some money as on behalf of that, which I can use, and I'll pay you interest on that. It's a normal, the way you take a housing loan or any loan, this is a simple loan. So that's called pledging my shares. So my shares are pledged with the bank and they give me the loan, and every month I'm paying the interest amount. Whenever I pay them that amount back, whatever loan I have taken, they give me my shares back. In case I'm not paying the amount, if I'm not paying the interest amount as per whatever the terms and clauses are, they have the right to sell my shares and recover the money. Getting my point? So that's called pledging. As an individual, you and I and everyone who has got shares or mutual fund units can do that. Yeah. Now, why I recommend, even if you have this kind of a requirement, I will recommend do this. It's called loan against securities, LAS. It's called LAS account. Why should you do this instead of selling the shares or mutual fund units? Because this brings discipline. I see a lot of people, they say, okay, I need 10 lakh rupees. I have a 20 lakh rupees portfolio. Let me sell 10 lakh rupees. I'll get this money back within 3 months, 6 months, and I'll, invest back. That investment back never happens. And even if it happens, it's like 1 or 2 lakhs they will invest, not 10 lakhs. But if you have taken loan from the bank, you have to give it back and you are paying interest every month. You will be disciplined in that manner and you will pay back the amount, and your portfolio will not be disrupted. Your compounding impact will not be disrupted. Yeah, that's where it helps. So it kind of helps in you keeping you disciplined. Yeah, but that doesn't mean you go and take, keep on taking as much loan as you can. Don't do that as well. This is only for short-term needs, which you are clear that you will get this money back and you will be able to pay back the loan and get back on track again. Next one, what can go bad? When the management is reducing the stake in the company. Yeah, of course, and they're selling the stake every now and then, that may not be a very good news. Yeah, because I want them to have good skin in the game. I want them to have good promoter holding. Yeah. Except when required by law. For example, as per the government of as per RBI law, any banking company, if it is getting listed, within 3 years of listing, the promoter should bring down the stake to 15%. 1-5. So when you look at the banking companies, 15 or I think it is 21 or 25%, because there's some case going on with RBI and Kotak Mahindra Bank, because Uday Kotak refused to do that. Some cases going on for quite long. So if you look at a banking company stock and look at the promoter holding being very low, don't reject a company based on that, because that's by the law they're doing it. Yep. And the second thing can be pledging is increasing. Yeah, how do you get to know how pledging is increasing and all that? I'll show you in the screener. Screener is giving you this data ready-made data. Yeah. What can go ugly? The pledging is reducing along with reduction in shareholding. How will that happen? For example, the promoter took the pledged the shares and took the money, and he is not able to repay the bank. In that case, what will the bank do? Bank will sell the shares in the open market in the stock exchange to general public and recover their money. Since they have recovered the money, the pledging has gone, because they have pledging to bachi, loan to bacha nahi na. It's like someone takes a housing loan and is not able to pay the EMI. What will the bank do? Bank will sell the house. When they sell the house, they recover the loan. So there is no loan right now on the head of the individual, but the asset is also gone. House is also gone, right? Similarly, in this case, the pledging has reduced, or pledging has become zero, because the bank has sold the shares. But at the same time, the promoter holding, the shareholding, the stake of the owner in the company has also gone down. This is the ugliest part, the worst which can happen with a company, right? Now, let's take one example. Let me show you a shareholding pattern report. So every quarter, when the results are announced, along with the results, the quarterly results, there is a report called shareholding report, which is also announced as per again the SEBI law, and every company does that. So let's look at Titan shareholding pattern. I would prefer to go to the company's website. Here it is, titancompany.in. We open this, go down, look at this. It is showing, all these years. You can go and check. For example, latest year, June data is there. So after June, July, August, September data is not yet out, right? If you go any previous year, for example, they will show all the data, all the June, September, December, March. Yeah. So let's go to the latest one, 21-22, and open the latest shareholding pattern report of June 2021. Let's go down. Now look at this. A few important parameters to look at. I would say more like from fun fact point of view. Promoter and promoter group 6. There are total 6 entities put together. It could be individual, it could be a company, which have got stake of 52.9% in this company called Titan, right? And the remaining stake is with public, which is 47.1%. Yeah. Now let's go down. Same thing, it is showing the number of shares here. Yeah, number of shares total in numbers. Let's go down further. Now look at this. Central or state government is one of the promoters. So for your information, 27.88% of stake in Titan is owned by Tamil Nadu government. 25% is owned by 5 people put together. This is the Tata group. So Titan company, it is run and operated by Tata. The management is Tata, but the ownership is also by the Tamil Nadu government, which is 27.88%, right? And remaining again, there are public. Now look at this further. Mutual funds, 43 mutual fund schemes as on 30th June 2021. This data is 43 mutual fund schemes put together have got 4.03% stake in this company. Put together 43 mutual fund schemes, right? There is another funds called alternative investment funds. 27 such funds are there which have got 0.22% stake, right? Foreign portfolio investors, FIIs or FPIs, same thing, right? 18.41%, and so on. This is what this table is showing. Yeah, 696. There are total 696 FPIs across the world put together. They have got 18.41% stake. Yeah. Now let me show you one more interesting. Look at this, Jhunjhunwala. Now, as per SEBI law, any one individual or company, institution, entity, anyone who has got 1% or more stake in the company, their name should be displayed in the shareholding pattern report. Now, in case of mutual funds, there is no single mutual fund scheme which holds more than 1% stake or 1% stake. That's why there is no scheme name there. It says mutual funds, 43 schemes put together have got that stake, 4% stake. That's fine. But one single scheme does not have that, right? That's why the name of the schemes is not there. In this case, Rakesh Jhunjhunwala and his wife Rekha Jhunjhunwala have got more than 1% stake. So she has got 1.09, he has got 3.72, total 4.8. Why is it showing together? Most likely because they must have got joint accounts. The way you have joint bank accounts, you can have joint demat accounts also, first holder and second holder. So that's why it is showing together. Otherwise, they would have showed separately. So 4.8% stake is held by these two people put together in this company, and that's why their name is there, right? The moment their stake goes below 1%, their name will stop showing. Getting my point? This is a SEBI law. 1% or above, the name should come. Below 1%, name should not come. Yeah, and this also brings us to another point. When we are copying successful investors, you will get to know their stake in the company only when they're holding more than 1%. I'll cover this in more detail in session number 8. Yeah, so when you're copying someone, you most likely you do not have the complete information anyway. You think you have the complete information, but you don't. Yeah, because you will get to know only when they come and announce publicly, or when the shareholding report says so. If they're holding 0.9% stake in a company, the public will not get to know. Even though 0.9 might be hundreds and thousands of crores worth, but the public will not get to know. Yeah, that's an important information for people who are trying to copy the successful investors. Right now, pledging details from Steiner. Let's look at another any company, let's say Eicher Motors. Look at this: pledge percentage 0, promoter holding 49.2%. These two data points is there. So promoters of this company are holding 49.2% stake in the company, and right now they have not pledged anything. Right, and I'll give you this screen after session number 6, or after session number 7. I'll give you this screenshot and tell you how to add these things in your Skinner dashboard. But you can always find out doing your own exercise also. Anyway, let's go to screens. Let's go to create new screen, and let's write pledged percentage more than 10. So I want to see the names of all the companies where the percentage of pledging by the promoter is more than 10%. Why am I doing that? Because I am not comfortable, as per my whatever research I've done, if a company has more than 10% shares pledged by the promoters, I am not comfortable investing in that company. Yeah, I'm okay with like 2, 3, 4, 5, up to 10%, because there can be a genuine requirement, but not more than 10%. That's not something which is comfortable for me, at least. Look at this: JSW Steel, Adani Ports, Hindustan Zinc, Vedanta, IndusInd Bank, Indus Towers, Apollo. You have the names in front of you, all the big names. I've made this in the descending order from market cap. That's why all the big names are showing here. Yeah, so this will give the list of companies which has more than 10%. I mean, it could be 20, 30, 40, 50. You have to go on the company and check. For example, if I go to Vedanta, look at this 100%. 100% of the total 65% ki holding hai, the entire shares they have pledged. Yeah, this is how you can see the data. I hope this concept is clear. What is promoter holding? I've already explained. This is promoter holding is what? The stake owned by the promoter or promoters of the company. There could be like 2 or 3 promoters put together, who are the owners, who are the people who started the company. They are called, that's called promoter holding, right? Or shareholding of the promoters, whatever you call it.